it's a project that has a milestone that every Nigerian is looking up to. That is the Nigerian that works for everybody. Today, we'll be talking on that. Hello, folks.
Morning.
Good morning.
How are you guys doing?
Great.
Wonderful.
Yes, our president made some statements during the interaction he had. And there is something very, very remarkable here. Let me read it out.
Okay.
You know, a lot of people do not know the important position occupied by our governors. They are not really aware. You know, let me give it to you, okay, Moya. You're always flogging it. You're always saying it here. That people don't know how important our governors are. They say to whom much is given,
Much is expected.
I'm happy it's coming from you. So let me read what Asuwaju said.
Okay.
He said he was addressing the governors. You are the most important link to Nigeria's prosperity and development. What an exalted position. Mm-hmm. Somebody or group of persons that are the most important link. And he moved further to say, the federal government accounts for 30 to 35% of the allocated revenue. The rest comes to you. That is revealing. So, why are people not? You know, I said something the other day that if 3 people, I'm not saying this people went for armed robbery,
yes.
So don't get me wrong.
Yes.
If 3 people went for armed robbery, you don't just hold one accountable. You don't just arrest one and say this one stands for all.
Yes.
If 3 people went for armed robbery, you arrest the 3. If 3 people won award, you give the award to the 3 persons.
Yes.
So why is it that our citizens are only focused on the president?
Ignorance.
So can you give an insight on this case?
Okay, so, you know, I've always said that we have 3 arms of government. Federal, the state and the local government. And these are...
3 tiers, rather.
3 tiers of government. These are, by themselves, standing on their own.
Yes.
The one that gets government closer to the people.
Yeah.
The one that overseeing a particular federating state. And the one that the umbrella where everybody comes to. And most of the time, all we know. And it's because also the federal government try to take more than they can take. In administration, you are not supposed to do that. For example, the federal government hand is in railway, is in airport, is in this one. You don't need that.
Federal university.
There's no need for federal university. But what do you need federal university for? The universities are autonomous. They should generate by themselves. These are ways of corruption. Now, let's come down to what we are talking about.
Yeah.
The allocation, what they get, what everybody, there's a federating account where all the money made by the whole state,
yes.
The state as it is, I'm talking about the federating state, comes to a particular account.
Yes.
Then from there, they draw money out in percentage. Now, most of the time, we don't know that this and this and this goes to this state. In fact, until Wike then, when he was a governor in River State,
yes.
told us that Buhari gave them a lot of money.
Yes.
We didn't know.
Some governors in the south side were even angry with
Exactly.
Wike.
That is supposed
But
to be.
Wike was only speaking the truth.
He was speaking the truth. He said he gave them a lot of money. Now, the money that goes to these states, what does it chunk out to be? We don't see the development in the states. And I always say it. We blame religion, we blame ethnicity. So
Instead of holding the governor.
I said, the governor of Sokoto State is who? Is he not from Sokoto?
Yes.
Is he from Edo State?
Yes.
The governor of Imo State, where is he from?
Imo.
Is he not from Imo State? But he's saying that they are marginalizing. You are collecting money. You are talking about marginalization.
Okay, now let's get it, Honorable Eli. How do we hold these governors accountable since much is given to them? How do we go about it?
Yes. The truth is, not all Nigerians are educated. And we still have people.
But educated ones are even singing praises.
We still have people that went to school and only know about what they went to study, not a general knowledge. I think things are beginning to unfold now before Nigerians, and we should be grateful to democracy. I think we are beginning to have a base. The president have opened our eyes to a lot of things by his, utterances and statements. Because it's not everybody that have the same knowledge or the same understanding at the same time. Let's even go to a normal family setting those days, where you have a man having 4 wives, having many children. He has a farm, large farm. He has a compound, he has cattle, you know, he has dogs, he has domestic things. Maybe he's also a trader in the market. The man is not expected to wake up every day and attend to everything at the same time. The reason why they marry more wives those days, from where I'm coming from, like my parents used to tell me about their grandparents, my grandparents and great-grandparents, because a lot of them have this interest in farming and they needed wives and children to take care of this thing. So a father can wake up in the morning without going out, but activities, you know, are
ongoing.
Coming back to what we're talking about here, I think we've been getting it a bit wrong all this while. Everything we say the president, the party. And most times when we talk about a president, we talk about his party. And like he has rightly opened our eyes, every state government, imagine if out of 100%, the federal takes 30 to 35 and release 65 to 70 back to the governors, then what are they doing with these things? Of course, I think I'm in full support of him opening our eyes and telling us to hold our governors accountable. He's not telling us to go fight our governors.
Of course. See, accountability.
I'm so surprised the way His Excellency Tinubu, Bola Tinubu. I think I begin to like him more than I used to like him. I am one that never liked.
You are an honorable now. See,
no. I'm not an APC person. I've not been privileged. I've not been made a point or anything. But you see, when a man is addressing something, it should be respected. We have 200 and something million Nigerians. Tinubu alone cannot attend to all of us in 20 years. And so what he's telling us here is very simple. States that have, like Borno State, states that actually have these resources and have the interests of their people at heart, equally go to their local governments and disburse these things to every appointed persons under them, and that is why things are working. You have some states that things are not working. That is because they try to deceive their people to be looking onto the federal government didn't do this, federal government didn't do that. I think it's an eye-opening.
Okay, let's make it Kingsley, let's make it a little bit more structured.
Yes.
In as much as a lot of Nigerians believe FCC is Mami Water gift.
Okay.
They bring head, take head.
Yes.
You know, they are not really, initially they were in support of it because everybody was tired of corruption.
Yes.
But these days they are saying one of the richest persons you can find are EFCC officials.
Okay.
And I have even said it personally that I'll be happy if EFCC can invite somebody like me to take over the duty of ensuring that the value propagated, financial values of all their staff comes from what they are being paid. We need police that police the police. Now, at state level, the governors at some point were saying EFCC do not have power over them.
Yes.
Because their funds are of their own state funds, not federal funds.
Yes.
Are you in support of each state having another agency like EFCC that should checkmate the governor? Because obviously the state legislatures are in limbo in many states.
So who will constitute the agency in the state?
I'm asking, that's why I say, are you in support of such?
Because the constitution is going to be by the state governor. So how will you,
it doesn't have to be.
But most of the time that's what it comes to. Even at the federal level, even INEC, for example, and all of the police, INEC, DSS, all of them, they are all being appointed by the president. So how can they probe the president? As we speak, the Prime Minister of Israel is under investigation.
Yeah.
By the state.
Yeah.
The state is investigating him.
I mean, like we said.
So on what you asked me, we what we already have, we have not explored what we have.
So what do we have?
What we have is EFCC, for example.
But governors you can see governors are trying to.
Gentlemen.
Yes, they are
trying. No, hold on. Let me finish.
Yes.
Now, on that note, you trying doesn't mean that you are right.
Yes.
As you're on this stage, a lot of people insult us.
Yes.
But it doesn't matter.
No.
So if EFCC is truly and really doing their work, right, they can't be compromised.
Okay.
On that level.
Okay.
They should do what they are assigned to do to make sure that the state, their finances are being looked into.
I know you are ready to say something because
Yes.
this accountability we are saying, the people cannot just go and rush to the governor's office in order to hold the governors accountable.
Yes.
There must still be some structured ways, by our laws for them to hold the government accountable. One of them should have been the state house.
Yes.
Okay. But like I said,
It's compromised.
Most of the state houses are in limbo.
Compromised.
So how do we go about it?
Like you try to make us understand, from my own little point of view here, I like to support that EFCC should be checkmating all of them. Let me give you one example.
Good.
Just allowing state governors, right, to conduct elections, local government elections, has given them that power that every state win the party of the sitting governor must win down to the whole council or everything. Are you telling me that there are no credible politicians and people that will deliver in other parties?
So eventually we should all support EFCC to continue to hold governors accountable.
We are
and now,
supporting
and now
them.
the only thing is this: if you know you are not corrupt, you are not a thief, why will you be against EFCC, external force? You are getting money from the federal. So if federal might and federal eye, the police of federal is the EFCC, why you are against it? That is number one. I think the EFCC should work more. What we should rather do is to make sure that the guys in the EFCC are actually doing the work.
That's right. That's what I was going to come. That's why I talked about policing the police.
Yes.
Because most of the things they say is that EFCC is being used to harass them rather than do the work.
The harassment is because they are thieves. Most of them are thieves.
So it's like a thief chasing thief.
No, I didn't call the FCC thief. Don't put it that way. The problem is the governors they know that their hands are not clean.
Yes.
So they need they want to push the EFCC away. If you give them the room now, who will they appoint in their state? It's still the people they steal this money and share with.
This appointing, Kiss, let me come to you. This appointing is killing our democracy.
Yes.
We gave an example the other day. In some foreign countries, their police commissioners or some police chiefs in some states are even elected. Not even
by the people.
By the people.
So they elect people
And the election is not conducted by the state governors.
Let me give you an example. In US, the secretary to the state government of all the states are elected by the people. But in Nigeria, who happen to be copying presidential system from the US, the secretary to the state government are appointed by the governor.
By the governor, people they can control.
So why can't we shift from appointment of all these heads of agencies, at least the heads,
so
EFCC?
So the first thing that we must change,
yes,
like Pharaoh Tinubu always says,
yes,
the constitution.
The
constitution empowers them to do this.
No,
yes.
Hold on. EFCC Act. It's an act.
Exactly. It's an act that places the onus on the president. The constitution gives the president the power to do that.
That's what I'm saying. EFCC is an act.
Yes.
So
it's just like Nike. There's an act that set up the discourse, but the power relies on the president because he has a constitutional power to do that.
All of us know that changing constitution is
a long process. That's what I'm saying. You see, the basis to which we argue, if we don't crack it, right, there's going to be a problem. Now, let's leave all that cracking and base our argument on what the president has said.
Yes.
Now, what the president has said, the only people that have immunity in the states, right, is the governor.
Yes.
Am I correct?
Yes.
The governor uses every agency or ministry to root out money through these corrupt practices.
Yes.
Sweep on these agencies, head of
so
agencies.
on that ground, Honorable, like 30 seconds. What is the best way? Is it by people EFCC going after the heads of these state agencies, since it's only the governor that has immunity?
I've said it here before that we should have a system where anything that comes to every state and to the federal should be known, and how it's being spent should be known. Not just only EFCC, even the state, the people of the state they are supposed to know what comes into their state and how it's being spent.
All right, I think we take it on that note. So the people of each state should always demand from your governor what comes to you and what he has done with it. In as much as your state house members, in most cases, the governor is controlling them, but you can still get across to them to demand for the information of the allocation from the federal government and what is being used for. The project Nigeria continues until we get to the point where every Nigerian knows that this is Nigeria that works for all of us. We'll be right back. This is still News Insights.